Hey everyone, Ed from Paranormal League, Ohio here, back at it again with another podcast episode. Guys, tonight's podcast episode is freaking weird, morbid. It does touch the paranormal. I need to tell you guys now, trigger warning, there is going to be talks of animal sacrifice. There's going to be talks of human sacrifice, and some pretty bad things that go along with this story of the carnival cult killings. And we are just going to get right into it. We're going to start with Mark Goodwin. Mark Goodwin, at the age of 12, started with the occult and Satanism in the early 80s in Indiana. He was huge into Anton LaVey's Satanism. All of his family disowned him because of it. And at 15, he found a small group with the ages of 12 to 35 years old, guys. These are ages 12 to 35 years old. Why a 35-year-old person needs to be hanging out with 12-year-olds, 14, 15, 16-year-olds, 17 it's even creepy at 18, 19 years old. You're 35 years old. Up to no good, man. These were all satanic like-minded people. So they had a group now. Mark Goodwin believed that heaven and hell was backwards. It was different. That you could make your own heaven in hell. He believes that you could make it your own into your own paradise. He believed if he devoted his life to Satan, he would have power over people. So he was named priest of the Satan's disciples. Yes, these people ages 12 to 35 created a group called Satan's Disciples. They would go to barns, cemeteries, dense woods to perform their rituals. The boys and men would have to wear dark robes, like you see in every satanic cult movie or satanic movie. You'll see them in dark robes, either dark red or black, with upside down crosses. They would wear those. And the women and the girls had to be in lingerie or made to be absolutely naked. Then they would get drunk or high, except for Mark. He stayed sober for the ritual. Mark would then draw a pentagram. Everyone would line up for the blood sacrifice of a cat. They would pour the blood into a ceremonial chalice and drink it. Then, after they did all that, they would all have an orgy. No rules, no limits. Just straight sex with any member however you wanted to. Let's not forget that these members of this group were aged 12 to 35 years old. So there was some pedophilia going on as well. So they went on doing this for a few years. Then the rest of the group wanted to amp things up. They talked about killing an innocent, killing a baby. But Mark did not like the idea. Mark went on to say, and I quote, "To kill a kid for a ritual that lasts maybe 3 hours and the kid's life is gone for good is pointless." So Mark decided to leave Satan's Disciples. So now Mark had left his group and he was now lonely again, without his cult, without his people. He wanted to make up with his family, so that means he would have to leave Satanism. He decided to hide it, and he said, "I will fake it so I can have some place to sleep. I won't show it or anything about it." So Mark, for the next 2 years, did that. His Satanism, he hid his Satanism. On the outside, he looked like he was just a regular person, but on the inside, he was still a very firm Satanist. In 1991, he got a job at a fast food restaurant, and this is where he met the Lawrence brothers, unfortunately. David and Keith Lawrence also worked at the restaurant. David was the older brother. David was 22, and Keith was 19. Keith was the leader of the brothers. It was kind of weird. They had this weird relationship that even though Keith was younger, David would follow him like a lost puppy anywhere and everywhere he went and would do whatever Keith told him to do. So Keith, at a young age, like Mark, had a curiosity for Satanism and witchcraft. David even went on to say that if you're looking for literature about Satan, that Keith would have it. So now Mark had found somebody just like him. Keith ended up being a very angry teenager and had hatred towards his brother because his brother would not believe in Satan with him. It got to the point where he grabbed a large kitchen knife and went after his brother, trying to attack him all over the house because his brother refused to join his religion of Satanism. So Mark and Keith found each other in Satan, and Mark was very impressed because Keith would say he is a satanic philosopher, and Mark and Keith wrote a contract with each other, giving their souls to Satan. They believed that this would give them anything they wanted for the next 20 years. And after that time, it didn't matter that Satan, if Satan wanted to kill them, they didn't care. Satan could do whatever he wanted to do with them. Mark, David, and Keith would go to cemeteries and conduct seances together. Yes, David eventually came around and decided, after the whole trying to stab him, that Keith was the only one that would talk to him with respect. Those were his words. And decided to just fake it till he made it with Keith. So they would go to cemeteries and conduct cemeteries, barns, etc., etc., to conduct seances together that would always fail with nothing being conjured. They were on the verge of being kicked out of their homes yet again, so they joined the carnival. So now, at the carnival, they decided to join or to create another cult. And here's where they meet Jimmy Lee Pinnock at the carnival, another like-minded Satanist. By the time Jimmy had joined the carnival, he had a very extensive criminal record. He came from a very abusive home, so Jimmy joined the cult. And now all four of them were traveling in the carnival through parts of Indiana and Ohio. Jimmy became leader of the cult due to his extensive criminal background, and he was a little bit older than everyone else. This was not good, because Jimmy was a very, very violent and dangerous person. They find this out on August 30th, 1991, the day before the carnival started. Jimmy killed 18-year-old Andrew Walt. He was found stabbed to death, so Keith and Jimmy murdered Andrew because he was talking to other people in the carnival about Jimmy's past criminal record. Another carny, Anthony Alt. So I was wrong. It was Andrew White. I apologize. I can't read my own handwriting, guys. Anthony Alt wanted to join the cult, but they never would let him. So he found out about the murder of Andrew White, and he would use that as leverage to join the cult. Jimmy and the others decided to let him join the cult, but he had to do a very extensive ritual. With the help of their friend Brenda, they got Brenda to find the perfect spot to do this ritual. And on September 25th, 1991, Brenda picks up the guys from the carnival and takes them to an abandoned barn for the initiation. But unfortunately, this wasn't for an initiation. This was going to be a murder, a sacrifice to Satan. They took Anthony Alt. They tied him to a door that was made like a satanic altar. Then Keith started reading an invocation to Satan, while Jimmy used Keith's knife to cut a deep wound in Anthony's neck, from his neck to his abdomen. All the other members of the cult continuously cut Anthony until they cut an inverted cross into his abdomen. Mark attempted to cut Anthony's heart out of his chest. All this happening while Anthony was alive and knew everything that was happening. Can you imagine that, being alive through all of that? And I couldn't. Wow, that would just be so much. Finally, Pinnock asked Alt if he was ready to die before slitting his throat. The four men later cut off Alt's head and hands and tried to burn them before throwing his body in a field. Then they took the money Alt had on him and went to Arby's. The police were tipped off to the location of the body by Mark, Goodwin's father, and the cult was arrested a short time later. Pinnock was given a 60-year sentence, Keith Lawrence was given a 20-year sentence, and David Lawrence and Mark Goodwin were both given 8 years. When asked about their satanic connections, Keith Lawrence said that Satanism was like a drug. You get very high, and once you're over it, you've got to inject even more than the first time. So these guys went on a murderous rampage in the early 90s. And it was during the satanic panic that had started in the 80s. And I'm going to do more shows about the satanic panic because there was a lot of things that happened, a lot of murders that happened all around America during the satanic panic. And there's a lot of unjust arrests. It's just the Memphis 3. The list goes on and on. And so we're going to do more episodes like that as well. These men were very sick, very... I don't know. I think that Jimmy Pinnock was just the sickest of the group, and he got them to do a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying that the other ones are innocent. They did everything that Jimmy did as well. They were just very sick-minded people, and they got what they deserve. I think Mark Goodwin and David Lawrence should have got more than just 8 years in prison. They should have got like 60 years. All of them should have got 60 years to life. This was just a crazy story I came across, guys. It was actually recommended to me by my wife, Kendra, and I told her that I would do a podcast episode on it. And we was watching some of the footage on this, and we was doing some research, looking this up, and it's just... while we're reading or watching it, our mouths are just agape. We're just like, what? And it was like more and more things would happen. It would just escalate even higher and higher and higher. And how Mark said, I don't want to kill a baby. I don't want to kill a person. And then he goes on to cut a heart out of somebody's chest and then cut his head and arms off. And it was just weird. And that is another grip that the devil can put on you, that Satan can put on you, and demonic powers. I believe that they were demonically influenced. I believe Satan played a huge role in this, and that is why I did a podcast episode on this. I know this is more like a true crime thing, but it had a lot of the paranormal in it as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm going to make lots more like this. And I hope you guys have a great night. I thank you all. I love and just have so much respect for you guys for all the support that you give to us. And you guys are just awesome. Thank you so much, and you will hear from me tomorrow night. Thanks. Bye, everyone.